Hey, it's me, Unapologetically T, and it's been a little while since I've done a video, and truly, honestly, I have literally been resting, enjoying the snow, playing with my kid, which is a blessing because I have a teenager, and Moody Judy, don't like playing with mom as much, but we did get to do like go out and play in the snow, and we got to decorate some cookies, which it was funny because I had waited till they went on sale after Christmas, and I bought them, and we were supposed to do them anyway while watching TV together, and it ended up snowing, and so we took advantage of that time to do it. The cookies were nasty. The frosting was nothing like how they made them cookies look on their package. It was like very hard to deal with. Um, yeah, I was like, next time I would rather just make my own royal frosting and go at it, but it was still a fun experience. We got to bond. If you've been following me, like I feel like ever since we took the trip to Texas, literally being stuck in the car together, like being, in the room together, like all that stuff definitely helped. Um, just being out together, like with nobody else interference, literally help our bond a whole lot. We've been talking more. I do feel like you know, I don't know, when it comes to talking to a teenager, like with her, it's like she tells me everything, but it comes in spurts when she feels like it, and then some of the things she tell me I don't even want to hear. So, but I be trying not to like block her out or like dismiss her, and I think that's like one of the things that we have with each other. Like she dismisses me, and I dismiss her sometimes, and we're learning once again how to have healthy communication. But our relationship is like not a normal mother-daughter relationship either, because I do treat my child like my friend. And that's one of the things, like when I was growing up, it was like, I'm not your little friend. And I tell people all the time, like, my child is my little fucking friend. The moment that I decided to keep that life, and I would talk to this child while she was in utero, and I would love on her. I prayed. The child that I got, I prayed for that child, and I got that child. Like I have to tell people all the time, like, I prayed for her. And I got that child. I was confused when she did come. I was like, not even like, not, I'm talking about like once I realized from conception, like that I was pregnant, I was like confused about it. And but once I got through that confusion, it was like, okay, yeah. I'm in this, and I prayed for her. I continue to pray for her. Like I have the baby book where I literally have prayers about what I want her to look like and how I want her personality to be, and like literally God gave me what I prayed for and more. So I'm very, very thankful for my kid. It does get overwhelming. I'm not gonna bullshit you as a parent. It gets fucking overwhelming, and but I treat my child like she's my friend. I feel like if you can't have that relationship dynamic with your child, like how do they know healthy relationships to pick when they grow up? Like, and I think we need to start looking at it like that. What I think black people meant when they be like, I'm not your little friend, I think what they mean is we have boundaries, and you should just say that. You should just say we have boundaries. And I'm learning to be like, hey, look, you doing too much. And I do that anyway, but like, and mean it, because I am a playful parent. Like I'm a very childlike parent. So I do play with my kid play with me, and I do have moments where it's like I have to figure out like, okay, well, I'm not playing anymore. Like, so I don't want to cuss you the fuck out, but I'm gonna cuss you the fuck out if you don't stop. Like, so I do be having to learn like balance in this, because she's getting older, and I feel like she's watched me grow up. I've watched her grow up. Like she's literally the first child that I have birthed, and because I have definitely been there for other people's kids and loved on other people's kids, but it's a lot different when it's actually this is your one, and it's concentrated, and you have this one all the time. um Literally been navigating, trying to have healthy boundaries. I think because I was going through some stuff, like she literally took advantage. And I mean, most, not even most children, adults would. I watched adults take advantage of me going through some things, and like just took full hard advantage. They did worse than the kid. So, but yeah, we're rebuilding. She's a really awesome kid. I really can't complain much. I mean, she do got an attitude, but I know where she gets it from. She's very dark and morbid sometimes. I know where she gets it from. Like, I know where the kid gets it from. So yeah, we just been working on our relationship. I had to definitely be hard on the prayers for the both of us, because we both were going through some things. We still do go through some things, but we'll get through it. And we just gotta keep chugging, keep giving love, and I just at the point of life where like I'm working on me, and to work on me means to work on my parenting, and she got 4 more years, so I literally want us to have a good relationship so it doesn't end up like me and my mom. Like, don't want that. But yeah. These last couple of days I have been getting like extreme rest. I'm getting a headache right now, like a tension headache right in this area. So I've been going through like extreme spurts of rest. And it's probably definitely like, if you think about it, like December I was on a roll. I was doing a lot. Then I got sick. And I still was I was having a hard time trying to sit down. Even though I was sitting down, like I still was having a hard time. But I just feel like, I've been recuperating. I realized that I need to get out in the fucking sun. Like, my skin looks, I don't have a filter on this. I usually do put a warm filter on because like I feel like my skin look like it needs some sun. Like I need my brown to be browner. But and I'm still darker than some people that really do be wanting sun. I got a cousin who she always want to be in the sun. Oh man, she always want to be in the sun. I even got a cousin now. I don't think it matter whether she in the sun or not. It ain't gonna help. Like, but yeah, yeah, I just feel like I need to get out in that sun. Because even when I was playing in the snow, I was out in the snow at night. I was not out in the snow during the day. I don't know what it is about me at night. Me at night, we get each other. But me and the sun, we get each other too. Like, just yesterday, I think, like, I had a moment with the sun. It was just like, but you just gonna shine this bright, like, while I'm driving. Like, you couldn't wait till I got home. Like, you just gonna shine this bright while I'm driving. I do shit like that. Like, I just talk to nature and have fun. It brings me joy. So, like, let it bring me joy. I could be doing worse things, like smoking crack. So, and that is nothing against a crackhead. But I just want people to know, let me be crazy. Let me be out there. If I'm not hurting you or hurting nobody else, let my wild thoughts wow. Okay? But that's another thing too. Like, I've been seeing so many like beautiful sceneries. I don't think I talked about this too much, but like last year, one of the most beautiful things to me was the Northern Lights. Literally all my life wanted to go see it in person, and always said that like I was gonna go. I can't remember, because Australia is definitely one of the places you can see it in. I think Alaska. It shows up in different areas, and I think it was Greenland or Iceland. But I always said I probably would want to go to, I think Greenland is the one that actually has ice. I was like, I want to go to Greenland, or it was one of them, I think. that actually has the coldness. I wanted to go and see the Northern Lights from there. Um, that was funny that they did that switcheroo with Greenland and Iceland. Like Greenland actually has the ice, and Iceland actually has the Greenland. Okay. um, but I think that's how I remember it. I don't know. It's so much stored in this big brain over here. But yeah, like that ended up being, you could see it in Henrico. Like I was like, mm, right when I don't live there no more. Like, but I did get to see beautiful pictures. People in Henrico caught pictures of it. One of my goals this year is to go see the Northern Lights. I know I'm financially challenged, but gotta make a way. Like, gotta make a way. I've seen some strange shit happen. Gotta make a way. If it's meant to be, it'll be, and that's how life goes anyway. But I do have some goals. I did not do any New Year's resolutions, no New Year's rituals or anything like that. But I did say that for New Year's, and it's not just this year, like this start of this new year. It started before, you know, the ball dropped for me. But I'm gonna get out more. I am going to start doing more things that like just I enjoy. Um, Poetry is a big one for me that I really enjoy. I enjoy, you know, speaking the poetry, writing the poetry, and I also enjoy hearing other people's poetry. So I do want to start doing some open mics. I have a couple of places that I want to start frequenting. Um, yeah, I got some places up north and some places that are local. Um, that I definitely want to like become a part of that community, put myself out there, also listen to other people and connect with just like-minded people that like are into spoken words and all that stuff. Um some other things that I wanted to do is just I think that was a big one, just like focusing on what I like to do and putting myself out there. I've always written poetry, even with my like partner, my ex-partner. Like he always used to once he found out I was writing poetry, like I wrote poetry. We kind of bonded over that. Like we kind of bonded over poetry and all that stuff, like just literature, period. And which most people wouldn't know that about him because most people looked at him like he was thuggish, ruggish, and they misjudge people because you can be thuggish, you can be ghetto, you can be a lot of goddamn things, but that does not mean that you're not intelligent. That does not mean that, you know, God don't flow through you. It does not mean those things. So people better stop judging books by their cover, number one. But yeah, like I definitely used to get told by him all the time that like, you know, you should be, you know, sharing this with other people. It's so deep. He always used to tell me I was deep. And I think I used to get on his nerves with it. I think I get on most people's nerve with my deepness, just because I am like out there. So most of the time what I see, feel, believe, think, what I'm processing, my perspectives are not always aligned with the average person perspective, and I'm learning to embrace that and be okay with that, and I guess like not seek like outside validation. Like I had to learn that with releasing these poems. Like I had to learn that with releasing these videos, period. That like if I'm gonna do this, like I can't give a fuck about what nobody else think. People also have to be mature audience members and know that everything that I talk about or everything that I speak, you will not agree with, and that's okay. You don't have to agree with a person all the time for you to actually like and get along with someone. So there may be some things that you actually like, my content that you actually like, and then there may be some content that actually you be like, like that, and maybe it's, you know, your thing that you need to figure out why you don't like it, why it makes you feel some type of way, and challenge yourself on that. And then there might be actually some content that just doesn't align with your core beliefs, and that's okay. Like I'm gonna give you an example, like, and this is petty, but I'm gonna give you an example. Like, I truly usually don't give a fuck about what people like or don't like. Like, if I like what you like, there's rarely only I do. If you're racist, like, I really can't get down with you, and that's in any form or facet. Like, I don't give a fuck if you're being racist to immigrants, or, you know, like, I don't care. I can't do racism in any form. Like, I don't like when people mistreat white people sometimes. I just don't like the mistreatment of anybody, but I really don't fuck with racism. So, like, I really can't do that. That's where I draw my line. But other than that, like, I'm pretty open to hearing people's perspective and not holding judgment. But this is where it's gonna get petty, and I just want you to realize that this is what kind of like people be looking like. So it's a girl on Instagram who I follow, and I love like her little breakdowns on stuff. She usually break down like old TV shows and stuff like that, but I love it. I love when she do that. Like, I've agreed with just about everything she said up until this point. She makes a video and it's bashing Dial soap, the gold old-fashioned Dial soap, and I'm just like, first of all, don't be coming for my soap. Like, I love Dial soap because of the same reason she hates it. So, like, she was just talking about how, like, Dial will strip the fuck out your skin. It would take all the moisture out of your skin, and that's what I love Dial. Like, strip this shit. Like, I need you to get all these dead skin cells off. Like, yes, strip the moisture. The moisture will regain. It'll come back. Go put some lotion on, because you know what soap I do hate? I do hate Dove. It leaves a residue. I don't need that. I just got in the shower to get the residues off. Like, I don't want a filmy residue. I want to be stripped. I want to be bare. Like, let me put my moisturizer on, and I really don't like putting moisturizer on after I get out of the shower. I have been blessed that God didn't make me an ashy person. Now, I do got like eczema issues on my face, so my face will dry out in certain areas, forehead, cheeks sometimes, but yeah, like, I do have like dry skin for my face, but my body, I'm gonna get in this bed and my body gonna warm up, and I don't know, I just don't be ashy like that. Like, I don't get ashy like the average black person. I thank God for that. But I need to be stripped. I don't even put no moisturizer on after I get out the shower. Now, I have to lubricate the fuck out my face, because like I said, my face will dry out. And I do got different spots on my body that definitely should have some moisturizer. Like these elbows sometimes, I gotta make sure they got some moisturizer. My knees, not that bad. Not that bad at all. Now these feet, them feet need some lotion. They need something. So, but I still raw dog the lotion unless these feet gonna be out. Like, it's my feet business that they ask you, because they'll be in socks. Like, now if they're gonna be out, they gotta get moisturized. But I went off on a tangent. The whole point of the story was that she went against my soap, and I felt some type of way. Like, don't be talking about my soap. And, you know, I was like, oh, I don't like her because she talking about my soap. And I thought about it like I was being funny, though. Like, I thought about it, and I was like, this is how people really be feeling when they find opposing views and people that they actually like to watch. It's like, you literally feel like because this one thing they said doesn't align with all the other things that they got right, you don't want to associate yourself with them. Now, there should always be things you have hard lines on, like, that's for you to figure out. But, like, goddamn, some of y'all be not wanting to listen to the person that, you know, has been giving you messages and giving you entertainment because they didn't like the same soap you had. Hey, you gotta stop doing that shit. We gotta learn to agree to disagree and keep that shit moving. We can have opposing views and still be aligned and friends. Um, like I said, my main one is any type of like oppression. Like I can't get down with oppression. I can't get on with oppression of people's sexuality, gender, race, basically things that people can't control. Like I can't get down with you trying to make people not feel free to be themselves, basically. Because some people will say, well, people can control their sexuality, but I don't think so. I think people come here and they literally, like what they fucking like, and it's how is it harming you? Hmm. Hmm. Oh, okay. All right. All right. So anyway, back to where I am at. Yeah, I'm here. And I think that's another thing, like just being here. I'm a person who likes to time travel. I like to be in the past. I would say I previously liked it to be in the past. My favorite spot is in the future. That's my favorite spot. And then I have other spots too that just are like spots to get away and just not have to deal with right now. However, like I have been afforded a new chance at life to actually find peace, love, and joy in the right now. I think life for me was so fucking hard and suffering that I did not want to be here. A lot of us are dealing with that and don't know how to verbalize it. Um, but I have been very, very present, and I would like to continue to do that. Um, and I'm just sharing some shit, basic stuff, like literally being grateful for being in the now. Um, I will say this. My heart has been going through some pretty hard stuff. Um, I'm still in the process of letting go of things that do not align with my highest timeline. And if anybody, have had to do this, like, that shit hurts. Um, it was it wasn't easy letting go of any of the things I had to let go of, and I think like this is like my last piece, and it has been extremely painful, and that might be why too I'm tired and wanting to rest. But I think I want to rest anyway, period, point blank. Whether I'm tired or not, like let's just chill. um but yeah, like I'm going through this last piece. um I've talked about, facing rejection, and I think I had just put off feeling that true hurt and pain from a piece of facing rejection. But it has afforded me to like focus on myself and love myself and hone into even that those feelings exist. And so it's been a process, and like today, like I prayed and it was just like, God, you know what? I'm tired of this process. Like, can we wrap this process up? Allow me to learn what I need to learn from it, and I would just like to focus on myself right now. Focus on what makes me happy, what makes me feel good. And I have been doing that. I've started back reading. It's not the best. I'm just gonna tell you that. Like, it's not the best. It's slow. It's slow, but it's getting there. Another thing is I'm ready to chill off Facebook and Instagram. I just feel like, it's very censored. Even with YouTube, I find that YouTube isn't as censored as the other apps. But and I don't feel like I'm wasting my time when I post stuff on YouTube. But I just feel like on Facebook and Instagram, like Facebook, I literally have a nice following, but like I literally don't get no support on there. So like, what's the fucking point of posting? Um, so yeah, like I have my biggest following on Facebook. Like, it's like I can't add or whatchamacallit any more friends. Like, that's the type of following I have on there. But yet, if I post something like somebody, they're watching it, but they're not interacting with it, they're not supporting it, and all that stuff. So it's like it gets to a point where it's just like, well, why am I even using this platform? Um, but I do say that I don't do this stuff for the likes and the shares. I mean, the likes and the comments and all that stuff. Like, I don't do it for the popularity, even though it would be nice to be monetized, and that is something that I'm looking forward to this year. But I just rather focus that shit on YouTube, and hope that it come through on there. And for real, I'm accepting that I don't control this shit. Like, it literally is gonna happen how it happens. But I just don't. I've been having some uneasy feelings about like Meta. Like, I just really don't even care. Like, it's to the point where like I literally don't care. I've been trying to care, and it's like I'm not a social media person. Like, I did not have ties to social media this strong except for when I was in college. And I still didn't have ties for it because I was working 2 jobs and I literally had full-time classes. So like I didn't have time for social media. Like, we did that maybe, you know, every once in a while. And so that was my strongest addiction to social media, was every once in a while. And it's like now that I create this content, I find myself on social media so much. Last year, I found myself on social media so much. Like, I've been looking at my phone and seeing how much time I spend on social media. And for me, it's 3 hours. I don't know what it is for you. I average about 3.5 hours a day on Instagram. Instagram is my shot, and YouTube too. But YouTube, I feel like YouTube does not feel like I'm draining my brain, whereas in Instagram feels like something's going on. Like, I don't like to feel it. Like, and I don't think it's Instagram itself. I just think it's that scrolling mentality. Just scrolling. You're constantly absorbing, and most of the shit that you're absorbing, for me, because I'm a conscious person, a lot of my shit is a lot of conscious shit. And if that shit can make you depressed. It can make you sad because you're seeing all this shit happen that we usually typically in the past wouldn't have access to, because news, the way media operates, is that it operates locally, and they would have some national stuff, but they choose what they want to present. Whereas in social media, like, anyone who has a camera can actually record the truth or distort the truth. So like, you're literally taking in a lot of stuff. So I think that's the part of it that I just want to break from it. I don't even know if I just want to break. I just want to use it as a tool. I don't want to use it because I'm bored and I don't know what to do with myself. Um, like I said, I was looking at how much time I spent. I spent about 3 hours a day, and I multiplied this. I said times 7. And I think I was roughly looking at about 24 hours. So I am spending a whole full day out of my week on social media. Hell no. That's a whole full day of my week. I could have been reading some really good information. I could have been creating something. I could have been just doing something else. So I ain't trying to be, pushing nobody else to be strict with their life. I don't even call this strict. I just want to get back to living. I don't want to be on a fucking screen living. And it feels different. It feels like, I can post this, somebody can relate to this, and they can carry on about their day. Whereas I just feel like on Instagram, it's just a scroll mentality, like I said. I feel like YouTube, I literally can find topics of anything on there, and it's easier to access and easier to look up. But and I don't feel this addiction. Whereas, and I feel a addiction. Like I know what addiction feels like, and I feel it. Like I feel like I have a mild addiction to social media, just from last year alone. And like I literally was the person who never felt like I had that problem. Literally didn't even use social media. Like talking about. I didn't even post on social media after a while. Like after a while, it was just like a lot of y'all living fake ass lives. We all are posting, the best of our times. Nobody is really talking about the fucked up shit they're going through, because that's not very cutesy, not very demure. And fuck it. Like we need authenticity, and we need realness back in the life. Like no, not everybody is walking around here, cussing and everything, but that's just my authenticity. But I'm just saying, we just need people to be people. I see people being people on YouTube, but I don't see a lot of people being people on these other apps. TikTok, I do like TikTok, but I feel like I can't get attached to like posting on TikTok, because um they keep threatening to take the shit away. So it's like, if I post on here, like, but I do actually get traction on TikTok. So I do like TikTok, but I just feel like it gets starting to get taken away so much. So much, so much. But yeah, that's my little spiel on my addiction to social media. So I said eventually, like, I'm gonna start out with 30 minutes a day. Some days I have missed for reading. Some days I have missed. However, I said I'm gonna try to switch. Like I would literally at most be on social media for 30 minutes a day, and I would literally be trying to read or create something at least 3 hours of my day. Um, yeah, we gonna have to flop this, because this is not me. It is me right now, but it's not it's not how. That's not what we gonna do. That's not what we doing over here. We're not doing that over here. Um, but yeah, it's a heartbreak. It's not easy. And I think it's heartbreak of like more of the idea of something or someone. Um, so I'm dealing with that. Just adjusting to a freedom mindset. When you have lived on survival, like being afforded freedom is definitely, it's a new feeling to you. Freedom to choose, freedom to be, freedom to just, do. And it's a new mindset. Shit, every day is just a day. Like every day is a day. Every day is a new day to get it right. Every day is a new day to try something different. But yeah, I've literally been just doing what feels right, I guess. I did put out, or I am putting out, some content. It's like short story kind of, and it's called The Food's Journey, and it's going to be 2 parts. And I started doing that because I was taking this tarot coursework, and I learned tarot traditionally in the past, like the traditional meanings. I had a wonderful teacher. Her name was Sister Raina, and wonderful, phenomenal teacher, but it was very traditional in the way that it was taught. So it taught you the meanings, that basically like the foundation that everybody kind of gets. And it was a wealth of knowledge, and I still have it ingrained in my brain and written down. But I was taking this new course, which God blessed me with, and if the person who has the course wants to be shouted out, I will see. And if they do, I would definitely shout them out, because the way she teaches, and it's self-taught, but the way her materials are set up is phenomenal. Like, it is basically teaching you to trust your intuition. And I think that, when you get the basic foundation of tarot, you literally are getting those meanings that are traditional. And with hers, it's more of, you are feeling, it teaches you to feel, like, talk, like, trust your spirits, trust yourself, trust your intuition. And I love that. And so from that, one of the assignments was looking at the major arcana and looking at it as either you're going through this journey and you're meeting all these people along the way until you get to, the end, which is the world card, and which is a big cycle, right? So or you could look at it like you are all these embodiments of the people in the major arcana, which was really dope. And so one of the assignments was we would write a very quick, brief, kind of like, it wasn't supposed to be a story, but it was supposed to be like what would happen if you met all these people or you were all these people. I did a combination of both, and I actually ended up going above and beyond, and I actually made a story, like a short story. And I loved it so much that I decided to share it with y'all. And so that's coming out. I have some other poems that are coming out. Assignments, grateful for you. I have bird homage. I did write some sad and angry ones. I think they're more angry than anything, but I did not post them. I probably should. I probably should post those. I think I'll post maybe tomorrow. I was feeling angry this morning when I woke up. I'm grieving. I'm going through the heartbreak grieving cycle. And but the heartbreak is good, because I am learning to focus more on myself and love myself and stop getting caught up in the ideas of things and people. And just my final piece to, like, I don't give a fuck what it is, who it is, how it is. If you show up arrogant, misleading, confusing, like, you gotta go. I don't even need to follow that to see where that's going. I need to stop idealizing things and people and just be okay with. I don't give a fuck with if you got potential to be something else. Like, I can only go by what you show me. So if you show up this way, I'm gonna leave you where you show up at. And just getting that shit over right in the beginning, instead of prolonging things and, having to deal with it and it hurt even more. And I think sometimes we hold on to things because we do know that it's gonna hurt, to let it go. But just let that shit go. It hurts. Pray when it hurts too bad, and just keep trying to get through it and over it. Through it until you're over it. Because you gotta go through it, but it gets to a point where you're just like, oh, well, I'm done with it. So I'm trying to get to that point. Hopefully tomorrow I wake up and I feel better and I ain't gotta go through this roller coaster ride of emotions and tads and stuff like that. We do got a couple of things going on in the astrology world too. So we had the 111 portal, which I use that to harness energy for self-love and letting go of all things that are not aligned with me, self-alignment. What else? There was another thing. I think, what was it? Is Mars in Cancer or something like that? I think Mars is in Cancer. It might be Mars is in Cancer. I can't remember. Then we got this full moon, which I think is tonight. And I probably will use that as another form of release. Oh my God, I'm gonna go lay down. I'm not feeling well. I'm not feeling well. I think I want to go lay down. Um, Probably just released a whole lot just now, and I keep saying I had a headache. So, I'm gonna drink me some water. I might drink some tea, and I'm gonna eat something, and I'm gonna lay down because yeah, I just felt real lightheaded just now. But I don't know. But I have been releasing a lot. I will release again tonight. Um, I also, this is another thing too. Like you know how like people be like, oh well, you know, like you gotta write your letter to the universe about what kind of man you want and all that stuff. Like I wrote my letter to the universe about what kind of man I want like a long time ago, and like now it's funny because like that shit is funny because it's just funny. That letter was funny. It's only funny because it matches a person, and but it's like fuck it. Letting go. I wrote that letter when I was a child, and not a child, but like a young adult child. And maybe it's time to let go of those ideologies and those things. It's not maybe. It is time to let go of those things and move on and move forward. And it hurts, but I'm gonna get through it. And so but it's just funny how things work out. Like when I wrote that letter, like I didn't know what the fuck. Like why was I writing this letter about this type of person? It's like wow, what? Like life is insane. Like cause it's like what? Like this is very oddly specific about somebody that I've never met, and like why? But anyway, I think that's just the point of like that letter was like oddly like very detailed about someone, and it was like, but I had never met you before. Like, how did I know this? But that goes with that foresight. Sometimes spirit kicks in while I'm writing. I was like, girl, you're gonna have this type of man. Like, I don't need that. But I'm here now. I'm in my 30s, and I definitely think what I wanted when I was 21 doesn't align with what I want now that I'm in my 30s. So I definitely gonna revisit that at a later time. But I actually ended up writing a love letter to myself, and I didn't even fully get to write it out. I wrote it partially, and then I prayed with God about a love letter to myself, and just started to talk about the different ways I wanted to show up for myself. What I started to realize on last year's journey is that the love that I be seeking from other people is the love that I need to give to me. So what I had to end up doing was seeing what did I want. Like if I found out that I liked a certain person and I wanted, you know, them to treat me a certain way, that's what I realized I wanted myself to show up for myself. Like, and so I started to write those things down, and I started to talk to God about it, and really felt relieved. And I also gave control to God, like, you know, to fill in those blanks that I've missed. So definitely can feel a difference. I definitely believe in prayer, and because I wouldn't have made it this far without it. So, and it's not just prayer, it's having faith and trusting in divine timing and all that stuff. But I am literally, you know, happy about that I wrote a love letter for myself, and how I wanted to show up for me, and I have been following through with those things, and I'm proud of myself. And you know, I think I will get to a point where I'll start thinking about what I want externally in love. You know, most of us just want reciprocity, and we want people to be themselves. Like I do. I just want a person that, you know, I'm equally yoked with, and, you know, we just mesh. We just mesh. and we know how to deal with each other, know how to navigate that shit. But, I haven't gotten there where, like I just want to write out this detailed thing for this other person that I want to enter my life. I would like to be more stabilized. I am, however, in the process of considering dating. But when I date, it would have to be just like generically going out. I don't know why I said generically. I guess just like genuinely, like it had to be something genuine. Like I'm not. I thought about dating apps, and I was just like, I feel like everybody's just trying to hook up on dating apps, and I'm celibate, so that's not gonna work. But I would like to like just genuinely like meet people, going out, doing things that are of my interest. So I definitely would probably find somebody like equally yoked if we share some of the same interests. And sometimes I realize like that's not even true. That's not even true. So I need core values to be aligned. Like interests are not the deal breaker, but core values is a deal breaker. If we don't have core values that align, then it's not gonna work out, and we're gonna always be clashing. So, but interests, like you can have your interests, I can have my interests. Like we can have some interests together. Like so, interest is not really a big deal breaker because not everybody is interested in the same thing. But that doesn't mean that they can't get along. The core values are important to me. But yeah, so like I'm not opposed to dating anymore. And I'm not requiring myself to be fucking perfect just to date. I feel like I have a more stable grip over who I am, what I want, what I desire, out of a partnership, because that's what I want. I don't want nobody who's trying to mold me into being a Stedford wife. I would like to just have a partnership because I'm not trying to mold no nigga to be nothing like but himself. Just be you. So don't lead us to hell. But anyway, I'm there. But I definitely think I'll find someone eventually from me just living and being me. Um, I literally was living in this obsessive energy and this warped view of love. And I mean, I think everybody wants to be with someone. Not everybody. Not everybody. There's been times where I just did not. But I think last year I was at a point where I just wanted to be, I didn't want to be alone. And it's like now that I'm finally okay with being alone, it's like, I realized like, oh, you didn't want to be alone. Um, Even if your feelings and your intentions were in the right place, you still were coming from a very obsessive and scarce, like very scared, space of being alone. So now that I know, now that I know a lot of things, I can like literally work on certain shit and pray on certain things of how I want to be aligned and how I want to not only show up but just be. But yeah, that's about a catch up. That's a catch up for me. Quite boring catch up. I think the more better I get, the more boring I get. But I will say, once my financial situation change, I definitely will be getting out more and doing more things that are aligned with my fun interests. I literally realized that last year that like I was living this life filled with responsibility. It was all work and no play, and it drove me insane. It drove me crazy, and it's like I just want balance. I want to be able to be in a position where work is fun and easy. Period. Um, And some people will say you can't have that, but I know that you can. Because if I can think it, then I can have it. So it's just about aligning myself with that possibility. And I have been doing a lot of hard work, and I'm going to continue to do a lot of hard work and afford myself that opportunity. And so, yeah, I'm in the season of just being and being okay with that. Still healing. Still healing, but it ain't like last year. It ain't like last year was rough. Last year was grueling. Like it was bad. And I got like circles in my It's odd because it seems like the more I rest, the more darker the circles get. But like when I just be going, like I don't be having the circles. It's weird. Am I getting too much rest? It don't feel like it. I'm still productive. But all right, y'all. I don't know what else I can share with you. I don't know. It's nothing there. It's nothing I feel called to share anymore. But all right, have a great one. I'm still working on me over here. I'm not chasing perfection. I'm just trying to love me. Not trying, I'm loving me. And you know, taking these ups and downs, hoping that they balance out more and more. Cause yeah, this morning was rough. I woke up angry. Like I literally have poems that like I was angry. I was pissed the fuck off. So, and I don't even know where it came from, but I think it's just that grieving cycle. It's grieving cycle of heartbreak. It was like, first I felt, nigga, you got the audacity, and then it was like, this hurts. This hurts. And then it was like, fuck you. And then it's like, this hurts. And it was like, why is this still hurting? Like, get the fuck on. Like, bye. Like I'm about to do this video. Bye.